Hey guys, welcome back. And let's start and continue with cytology, the fundamental unit of life, the topic which we are studying. I hope you well understood with the basic history facts, and where we left the topic in the last class was endoplasmic reticulum. And in this diagram that you saw in the last lecture, this is endoplasmic reticulum, where the two types of endoplasmic reticulum, that is smooth and rough, both are shown here. And the rough is different from smooth, that is because it is studded with ribosomes. So this is the topic from where we have to start today. We have to start with ribosomes, and which are popularly known as Pallet granules. Why? Because it was discovered by George Emil Pallet in 1950, and popularly they are known as protein factories. The word factories is hidden bit behind me, that's why it is not visible, but ribosome is also termed as Pallet's granule. These technical terms are important because they could be asked in the multiple choice question type, like they come in competitive examination like Olympiads and some other examination. So these popular names are very much important. They might give you 4 options and they can ask you which of the cell organelle is also termed as Pallet's granule. Yeah, what other name of ribosome can be given? So this is a protein factory or a Pallet granule because of the name of the discoverer. Okay, so in a cell, a ribosome looks like this. As we said, it is their nucleus. This is endoplasmic reticulum, the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and this is ribosome. So it is the free ribosome, or it is attached with endoplasmic reticulum. And as we can see, the nature, it is living. Obviously, living means all the biological activities related to this is taking place inside it. And one of the very, very important biological activities taking place inside it, we will be studying it very soon. It is dense, it is spherical body, and the important thing is it is membraneless. Okay, initially we have studied about cell organelle can be membrane bound or membraneless. So this is one of the first cell organelle which we are going to study, which is non-membranous. It's a dense fluid-like substance. It's a fluid with a very dense fluid-like substance, jelly-like substance, fluid, which is composed of only 2 things. One is RNA, ribonucleic acid. It's a nucleic acid. We'll be studying it in this topic later on, and some proteins. Okay, so if someone asks you what is the chemical nature or how what is the composition of ribosome, so you can say it is composed of RNA and protein. Okay, it occurs freely or remain attached to endoplasmic reticulum, as it is evident in the diagram, and it is present in both plants and animal cell. Okay, यहाँ से मैंने इस राइबोसोम को बाहर निकाल के थोड़ा सा मैग्नीफाई किया. It looks funny, okay, isn't it? It looks like something. It's a cartoon character type thing. It looks funny, but it is visible. It is made up of 2 units. Here it is written large subunit and it is small subunit, and this is something going on. Chain like structure जो जा रहा है बीच में से क्या है इसको अभी समझेंगे, but this is its function जो आपको यहाँ दिख रहा है और साथ में इसका डायग्राम. तो मैंने एक राइबोसोम को जो एक डेंस स्फेरिकल बॉडी जैसा दिखता है, लेकिन एग्जैक्टली इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. इट अपीयर्स लिटिल फनी as you can see over here. So this is ribosome. So what you know about ribosome now? Ribosome is termed as Pallet granule. It is a protein factory. It is there inside a cell, either freely available or attached to endoplasmic reticulum. It is non-membranous. It doesn't have any membrane. It's a dense structure, and it is made up of RNA, ribonucleic acid, and protein, and it is well present in both plants and animal cells. Okay, fine. So this is somewhat we know about ribosome. Let's find out something more. There are 2 types of ribosomes depending upon the type of the cell. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic ribosomes are there. A prokaryotic ribosome and a eukaryotic ribosome differ in their types of subunits, which by which they are formed. Okay, now this is little complex. When you go for higher studies, and there if you will study protein synthesis in a prokaryotic and a eukaryotic cell, then you will come to know how these subunits are different. But I must suggest you that a little knowledge of this prokaryotic ribosome, which is also termed as 70S, and the units by which it is formed is 50 and 30S. S is a Swedberg constant, and अभी तो हम इस बारे में बहुत डिस्कस नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन थोड़ा सा इसे ध्यान रखिए. प्रोकैरियोटिक राइबोसोम is less advanced as compared to eukaryotic ribosome. Abhi aap, if you can understand it as a kind of like a software version, a better advanced version you can say. So eukaryotic is 80S ribosome, and it is made up of two subunits, 60S and 40S subunits, and both look funny as usual. Okay, so what you understood from this slide, that there are two types of ribosomes, eukaryotic, prokaryotic and eukaryotic, and they are also termed as 70S and 80S. A 70S or a prokaryotic ribosome is made up of 50 and 30 subunits, S subunits, and eukaryotic is made up of 60S and 40S subunits. Don't add them up, iska add karke iska meaning nahi nikal raha hai. ठीक है, please. Okay, now the function of ribosome, it is very complex and it is very difficult for a student of class 9 to understand it fully. But I'll try to explain it in a very lucid manner so that you should come to know कि protein synthesis exactly होता क्या है. Okay, protein is nothing. It is a chain of amino acids. Like carbohydrate is a chain of glucose and fructose or other carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates. So the simplest form of protein is amino acid. So by using many amino acid, a chain of amino acid is built. That's what we call a protein chain. Here you can see this entire amino acid chain is built. So this is a protein. To form this protein chain, amino acid chain, we need amino acids. So there are free amino acids. Whatever you eat, it's get digested, and the amino acids which are present in that, वो digest होने के बाद free होके जो proteins आप consume करते हैं. Because the way you eat protein and the way we need protein is different. The protein which is present in pulses, the protein which is present in meat or milk or egg, it's not directly utilized by our body. Our body first degrade it, keep that amino acid separate, then use that amino acid in its own way to create the protein which we need. Okay, so it is a little tricky process. So that amino acid is suppose now that is which is the raw material of protein, which is reached to the cellular level, cells के अंदर आ गया है. Now this is the nucleus of the cell. You can see in nucleus mein this is DNA. I hope you might have seen the structure of DNA. No, if you don't know about DNA, there's no problem. The important thing is DNA has the information which type of protein will be formed. It has this information, and the information is where? In the nucleus. So DNA from this nucleus cannot come out. So it sends, it copies this information on a separate template, which we call messenger RNA, mRNA. And by copying this information, this is the copying this information, and now it sends this information segment outside of this nucleus. ये बाहर भेजता. So which type of protein has to be formed? The information is here. This information is sent out in form of a messenger. This is a messenger. It comes out and it reaches to the nearby ribosome. Now ribosome here, यहाँ से इसका जो picture में आ रहा है work, ribosome provides this platform where this messenger, it is arranged like this. It is arranged. Now we need someone who has to pick these amino acids. So this is another RNA which is picking these amino acid and coming here and attached here by somehow. That has to be understood later on. Not we can discuss it right now. But this entire messenger, it is calling these amino acids, and these amino acids by then here they get attached one by one, and thereby giving rise to a big protein chain. And where it is happening? This is happening at ribosome. So in a very lucid manner, we have to understand how this happens. This happens by the information then that comes out of the nucleus. Nucleus sends the information through a messenger. That messenger reaches to ribosome. Ribosome gives that platform. ठीक है, इस platform पे वो इस messenger को रोकता है, and then by using some other sources, you can say porters, कुली जिसे अपन कहते हैं, उन porters से ये अमीनो एसिड्स को यहाँ जिसके रॉ मटेरियल की तरह से प्रेजेंट हैं, इन्हें पिक करके, जस्ट अ सेकेंड, जस्ट पिक्स देम अप, यहाँ से इनको पिक करता है और पिक करके लाके और यहाँ पर, ठीक है, इस राइबोसोम पे इनकी एसोसिएशन शुरू हो जाता है, and the amino acid keeps on attaching and thereby forming a long chain of protein. Okay, nobody is going to ask you how protein is formed in ribosome, but this is important to know that it all happens at ribosome. And how ribosome is doing, इसका एक छोटा सा एक clue मैंने आपको 9th standard में दिया है. Now, as I said, additional information at times is beneficial. It boosts your confidence. So you should have these additional information because that makes you ahead of your classmates. You know little more. I'm not saying that just go and find out everything, but fine, little more than your classmates you should know. So in this way, ribosomes are the protein factories. There are many ribosomes. You can see there are many ribosomes here. So many ribosomes, and each ribosome is taking the information, and I hope you understood what it is doing now, this funny man. So in this way, it is developing or forming that protein. Okay, so ribosomes are important in that term. Now the next important cell structure, cell organelle, is mitochondria, and it is also termed as powerhouse of the cell. It's the powerhouse of the cell, and discovered by Albert von Kolliker in 1857. And it's very late, 1890 and 1898, Richard Altman found that it is somewhat related to formation of synthesis of energy in the cell, releasing of energy. So it called it bioblast. The actual term is bioblast. It is hidden between the name, not bioplast, it is bioblast, and the term is bioblast, and the year is 1890. Now let me show you. It is it is this. So Richard Altman, he used this term bioblast, and Carl Benda in 1898, he actually gave this term mitochondria. So the term mitochondria was coined later, it was not initially. So in a cell, if we have to see where mitochondria is lying, so this is a cell, you can see the nucleus, now you can see the endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes attached, and this is mitochondria. A mitochondria in its transverse section and magnified view, it looks like this. It is a double layered structure, and somewhat some zigzag things are there in the structure. We have to study what exactly it is, but fine, let's start. It is a living cell organelle where biological activities, biochemical activity is taking place. It's a double membrane structure. As you can see, this is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane. This inner membrane is infolded. This is infolded. अंदर की तरफ bend हो गई, infolded in form of finger-like structures called cristae. The singular is crista, but there are many finger-like such projections. So infoldings, that's what we call cristae. And here there is this fluid, अंदर एक fluid भी भरा हुआ है. We call it matrix. The matrix is there in this cell structure. It possesses its own DNA. Can you see these small structures? This इसको magnify करके दिखा है. So this is mitochondrial DNA. Now this is something strange. DNA is a part of a cell, and it has to be there in the nucleus. But इसका खुद का DNA. And in fact, not only DNA, it has its own ribosome. मतलब ये अपना खुद का proteins बना सकता है. He has that information in the DNA. And खुद के लिए एक राइबोसोम भी है जो खुद के प्रोटीन्स बना सकते हैं. So this is behaving like a cell inside a cell. Within a cell, it is behaving like a small cell. So in this way, we call it what? Semi-autonomous. So any cell structure which has its own DNA and it has its own ribosomes and all, we call it semi-autonomous or a cell inside a cell. Okay. Or it is present in both plants and animal cell, but it is absent in prokaryotic cells like bacteria and RBC. RBC seems to be very poor, I suppose. उसमें और endoplasmic reticulum भी नहीं थी और ये भी नहीं है, ठीक है ना. तो बहुत there are so many cell organelles which are missing in RBC. Okay, right, red blood cells of mammalian RBC or human RBC. Fine. So now what we know about mitochondria, it's a powerhouse. Why it is powerhouse, that still we have to understand. Who discovered it? It's Albert von Kolliker in 1857, and who named it mitochondria. This is Carl Benda in 1898. Previously, it was termed as bioblast by Richard Altman. How it looks, how it appears, how many membranes are there, it's visible. Inner membrane is enfolded to form cristae. There is this matrix, it has its own DNA and ribosome, that's why we call it semi-autonomous, and it is absent in prokaryotic or bacterial or RBC cells. Okay, this is somewhat something about mitochondria, but more we have to know about mitochondria, its function. How it looks is, again, I show you, this is a double layered structure. This is the outer membrane. Inner membrane is enfolded in form of cristae, finger like structure. This is matrix, and this is its mitochondrial DNA. But what it does, that is more important here, what we have to understand, it synthesizes respiratory enzymes. ये respiratory enzymes बनाता है. Now student says respiration is what it is. A 9th class student may get confused in respiration and breathing. Respiration and breathing are two different things. Taking air inside and taking exhaling air outside is inhalation and exhalation, that is breathing. It's not respiration. Respiration means utilizing the oxygen which is there in the air to produce energy in your body by oxidizing food, by burning food. Like we burn fuel outside and that gives you energy, gives out energy. In the same fashion, the food is burnt in your body in a stepwise manner to give you energy, and that process is known as respiration. So respiration is a stepwise process, and we need enzymes for it. Enzymes which make a process faster. Otherwise, the process is very slow. So enzymes are present there, and where the enzymes are present, we'll study. But the respiratory enzymes is they are formed here, inner membrane. You will come to know in later studies कि यहाँ एक special structure होता है, we call it F1 particles or oxysomes. ठीक है ना? There the respiratory enzymes are there in the matrix, and they help in doing that entire respiration process. So it is a site of aerobic respiration. Aerobic means where oxygen is specifically required. ठीक है ना? It's a breakdown of glucose or other respiratory substrate in presence of oxygen. Specifically oxygen चाहिए. बिना oxygen के हम इसे aerobic respiration नहीं कहेंगे. And it's a very systematic pathway जिसके through होगा, उसका नाम है Krebs cycle. So mitochondria is said to be a powerhouse because it is giving out energy. Okay, now it is fine. It provides energy in form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Is the energy currency of the cell. We'll learn about it later. But now this is evident that this entire process of energy production is taking place inside mitochondria. It is oxidizing glucose in a stepwise manner which is known as Krebs cycle, and for this it has some respiratory enzymes here in this. So by using those respiratory enzymes, it breaks down the glucose and other respiratory substrate that we call fuel to produce energy, and that energy is utilized by the cell, and that's why we call it what? The power generating cell organelle, and that's why we call it powerhouse. Is this okay? So through this slide, we see this diagram again. We see how other parts of mitochondria are there, and we come to know that how mitochondria is actually powerhouse of the cell. Now, if in exam it comes कि draw the diagram of mitochondria, आप ये 2-dimensional diagram draw कर सकते हैं. So go for a good practice, draw yourself and label it. Now you know what is the outer inner membrane and everything you know. So you label yourself. So this is a very small assignment. Just after, and this is my advice while you are drawing this structure, drawing and labeling it, at the same time keep memorizing, okay, this is this part, this function is outer membrane is this, and inner membrane is this, इसका ये काम है, इसका ये काम है, तो automatically revision होता जाता है. ठीक है? So we have learned the two cell organelle, one is ribosome and the other is mitochondria. Now the next cell structure is Golgi apparatus, and the people also call it Golgi body, and it is a packaging unit. Like this mitochondria is a powerhouse, or ribosome is a protein factory. In the same way, Golgi apparatus is a packaging unit, and how it packs we will be seeing it actually later on. But it was discovered by this Belgian scientist Camillo Golgi, 1898, and somewhere I read, maybe I'm wrong, it is nerve cell of owl. He discovered, Camillo Golgi. In plant cell, the small Golgi vesicles are called dictyosomes. Okay, let's see. This is Golgi apparatus. This is nucleus. Now you know endoplasmic reticulum. Now you know mitochondria, and this is Golgi apparatus. In a Golgi apparatus, we see these structures. These are tubules. We call them tubules or cisternes, and these are the structure we call them vesicles. We are vacuoles or vesicles. These are. Okay, so it is living. Definitely, it is made up of tubules, consists of tubules, tube-like structures, vesicles, and vacuoles. Vesicles and vacuoles are sac-like structures. We'll see how exactly they perform their function. This is very interesting to see, but it will take a little 5 minutes more. So let's see. कि Golgi apparatus जो है, it is near this endoplasmic reticulum, and it has tubules, vesicles, and vacuoles. It is there in plant and animal cells, but plant cell में ये थोड़ा कम developed है. Absent है blue green algae, bacteria. Oh my god! Again, mature RBC and sperms. It is wrong. It is absent. So all prokaryotic cell it is not there. Even sperms तो prokaryotic नहीं होते, but still में नहीं है. Mature RBC में ये नहीं है. RBC is as expected. It's very poor in cell organelle. Okay, jokes apart, in a cell now you can see Golgi apparatus. मैं इसको एक simple structure से और समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ. This is Golgi apparatus. Here it is written, it is cis phase and trans phase. Even here it is also written cis and trans. Well, now what is cis? Cis phase is the structure which is towards nucleus. So it is the towards nucleus, towards cell, this endoplasmic reticulum. And trans is towards what? It's towards cell membrane or plasma membrane. Okay, fine. So in this way, if this is trans phase, it means the cell membrane would be here and here would be the nucleus. And in this phase, if the cis phase is here, it means it is what? It is the endoplasmic reticulum or nucleus, and this is what? Membrane, plasma membrane. Now you can see there are some vacuole-like structures. These are known as, यहाँ लिखा हुआ है ये, क्योंकि ये इसका ट्रांस फेज है और ये भी इसका ट्रांस फेज है, तो मैं ये वाली वैक्यूल्स देखता हूँ, यहाँ इधर वाली. इनके लिखा है न्यूली फॉर्मिंग वेसिकल्स. सो दीज आर recently formed transport vesicles are there. Reticulate vesicles भी इन्हें कहते हैं. And these are incoming transport vesicles. Cis phase में, sorry, this cis phase and this cis phase, these are incoming transport vesicle, and this is newly formed vesicles. Secondary vesicles हैं ये वाली secondary vesicles. ये secretory vesicles we can call them, newly formed secretory vesicles. तो we'll see how यहाँ से वो पहली जो है वेसिकल्स बनेंगी और फिर यहाँ से दूसरी नई इसके साथ बनेगी. एंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली Golgi apparatus is doing, वो फंक्शन कैसे करता है, पैकेजिंग यूनिट्स कैसे, वो भी हम देखते हैं. Now see this is a very important diagram, and then you can understand. This is nucleus, this is endoplasmic reticulum, these are all ribosomes, and ribosomes do what? Ribosomes form proteins. तो मैं आपसे कहता हूं यहाँ प्रोटीन्स बनते होंगे, इस जगह पर यहाँ कहीं प्रोटीन्स बनते होंगे. इन प्रोटीन्स को लेके यहाँ से आपने एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम के लिए पढ़ा है. व्हाट इट डज, इट फॉर्म्स व्हाट? प्रोटीन्स. यस, विद रफ एंडोप्लाज्मिक. स्मूथ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम क्या करता है? इट फॉर्म्स मेम्ब्रेन्स. आपने पढ़ा था ना. तो यहाँ से जो प्रोटीन है, ये प्रोटीन ये मेम्ब्रेन्स बना के और इसके अंदर ये प्रोटीन्स लेके इट कम्स आउट ऑफ दिस एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम. वी कॉल इट ट्रांसपोर्ट वेसिकल. ये इसके सिस फेस की तरफ बना है, यहाँ है. नाउ Golgi apparatus का काम है कि वो इसको एब्जॉर्ब करके और अंदर इन प्रोटीन्स को कंडेंस करके, श्रिंक करके, इस बड़ी वेसिकल को छोटा करके और इसे एक फिनिशिंग टच देगी. पैकेजिंग यूनिट इज लाइक कि एक प्रोडक्ट जो फैक्ट्री में बना है उसकी एक पैकेजिंग करके फाइनल फिनिशिंग टच देगी, रेडी टू एक्सपोर्ट आउट. दिस इज अ फैक्ट्री डज. फैक्ट्री का जो आखिरी पोर्शन होता है. सो इन दिस वे दिस इज अ प्रोडक्शन यूनिट. ठीक है, प्रोटीन्स फैक्ट्री. प्रोटीन फैक्ट्री के बाद इसने बायोसिंथेसिस करके इसकी मेम्ब्रेन बना दी. नाउ दिस इज अ ट्रांसपोर्ट वेसिकल. दिस इज टेकिंग इट एंड देन देयर बाय फॉर्मिंग व्हाट? इसको पैकेजिंग करके फाइनल इसका जो स्ट्रक्चर है, एंड हियर इट इज आउट नाउ. It is formed out. So this is a secretory vesicle. Final vesicle it is formed. So in this way Golgi apparatus ने इसे यहाँ से लिया और कंप्रेस कंडेंस करके इसको सिंपली मतलब और श्रिंक करके और एक छोटी वेसिकल बना के यहाँ पर बाहर निकालते हैं एक डिफरेंट फॉर्म में. सो इट एक्ट्स एज अ पैकर्स एंड मूवर्स ऑफ द सेल. जब कोई शिफ्टिंग करनी हो या कोई फैक्ट्रीज के जो प्रोडक्ट्स को बाहर भेजना हो तो व्हाट वी नीड अ कार्गो सर्विस, अ पैकर्स एंड मूवर्स. सो दिस इज इट. और इसके लिए वो क्या करते हैं, चीजों को जमाते हैं, श्रिंक करते हैं. तो दैट्स व्हाट दिस इज डूइंग, कंडेंसेशन ऑफ सिंथेसाइज्ड प्रोटीन. यहाँ जो प्रोटीन बने उन्हें कंडेंस किया जा रहा है, सिंप्लीफाई किया जा रहा है. इट इज इन्वॉल्व इन लाइसोसोम फॉर्मेशन. ये लाइसोसोम भी बनाएगा. इट्स नेक्स्ट सेल स्ट्रक्चर जिसको ये बनाने वाला है. एंड एट द सेम टाइम सेल प्लेट फॉर्मेशन ड्यूरिंग सेल डिविजन. व्हेन अ सेल डिवाइड्स तो दो सेल के बीच में जो डिविजन की जो प्लेट है, दैट्स व्हाट यू कॉल सेल प्लेट, ये उसे फॉर्म करता है. हायर क्लास में या मे बी आगे हम फाउंडेशन टॉपिक्स में जब सेल डिविजन पढ़ेंगे तो विल शो यू हाउ सेल प्लेट इज फॉर्म. वो सेल प्लेट का फॉर्मेशन ये ही करता है गोल्जी एपरेटस. सो नाउ व्हाट यू नो अबाउट गोल्जी बॉडी और गोल्जी एपरेटस. गोल्जी एपरेटस इज अ पैकेजिंग यूनिट. इट वाज डिस्कवर्ड बाय Camille Golgi and it is not that much differentiated in plant cell as compared to animal cell. It is not there in prokaryotic cell. It is made up of tubules, vesicles. These tubules are also known as cisternae and these are vesicles and vacuoles. In सबसे बना होता है. It has two phases, cis phase and trans phase. The cis phase is towards nucleus and the trans phase is towards the cell membrane. और ये जो वेसिकल्स होती हैं ये प्राइमरी वेसिकल्स होती हैं जो यहाँ से फॉर्म हुई हैं. एंड सेक्रेटरी वेसिकल्स आर द सेकेंडरी वेसिकल्स जो फाइनली यहाँ से बाहर निकली हैं. व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इट इज डूइंग, इट इज टेकिंग द प्रोडक्ट्स, दैट प्रोटीन्स व्हिच आर फाउंड बाय एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम, नाउ देन engulfing them and then throwing them out in a better way in a condensed form of a packed version. That what Golgi apparatus is doing. Is this okay? तो हमने Golgi apparatus के exclusive features, functions ये सब पढ़े. And again in examination if it is asked कि draw the diagram of Golgi apparatus, तो you can draw this diagram and then you have to label it, practice it, draw yourself and label it. Fine. तो mitochondria का भी बनाएंगे और Golgi apparatus का भी बनाएंगे. And while writing their parts memorize करेंगे कि कौन सी चीज क्या कर रही है. ठीक है ना. ऑटोमेटिकली दिमाग में विजुअल्स की तरह से ट्रैप हो जाएगा. Now the next is last for today's lecture, the lysosomes, which we also call them suicidal bags. Oh my god. So ribosomes are protein factories and Golgi mitochondria is a powerhouse, Golgi apparatus is a packaging unit, and lysosome is a suicidal bag. So these are the technical terms which are associated with them. You have to understand and memorize why they are called so. We will be learning it. So discovered by Christian René Dadu, 1950. It's very late. In plant cell, lysosomes are rare. बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं होते plant cell में. We'll see why. But animal cells में, as you can see, this is nucleus, this is endoplasmic reticulum, this is mitochondria, this is Golgi apparatus and Golgi body. This is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, this is rough, this is Golgi apparatus, and this is ribosome or lysosome. These are lysosomes. बाहर निकाल के दिखाया गया यहाँ पर lysosomes. Okay, so lysosome is it is present in clusters maybe. Okay, this is living, a sac-like structure. Okay, it is bound by a single membrane bound. Mitochondria was double layered, double membrane bound. It is single membrane bound, and it contains hydrolytic enzymes. Enzymes means the substance which are involved in fastening a biological process. It fastens a biological process by millions and millions of times. Otherwise the process is very slow. This is what we call a catalyst or an enzyme. But the important thing is they are hydrolytic. Hydrolytic means breaking down. They break down something. So the function of these hydrolytic enzyme is intracellular digestion. Cell के अंदर किसी चीज को complex substance को break down करने में ये enzymes काम में आएंगे और इनके important functions भी देखते हैं. But occurrence इनकी mainly animal cell में है, but plant cell में बहुत कम होते हैं. Why they are not required in plant cell? Because of the biological activities or animal cells are different from plant cells, definitely. फंक्शंस देखते हैं। इस फंक्शन को देखने के लिए जस्ट सी दिस डायग्राम, दिस इज वेरी वेरी ब्यूटीफुल डायग्राम एक्सप्लेनिंग एवरीथिंग। दिस इज न्यूक्लियस, दिस इज एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम, एंड एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम में दिस इज रफ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम, दिस इज गोल्जी apparatus और गोल्जी बॉडी, these are its vesicles। अब इसका फंक्शन क्या है पहले देखते हैं, then we'll understand function। The function is to break down structure or molecule, it breaks down the structures and molecules। जो complex structures and molecules हैं उनको break करने का ये काम करता है। It helps in intracellular digestion, within the cell complex food material को simple food material में break करना, that is intracellular digestion। And it also kill foreign particles, अगर कोई बैक्टीरिया वगैरह सेल के अंदर आ गया है तो उसको किल करना। मैक्रोफेजेस का मतलब है सेल के डेड स्ट्रक्चर्स को, और इवन वो जो बैक्टीरिया वगैरह आ गए उनको भी खत्म करना। तो सेल के वॉर्न आउट स्ट्रक्चर्स को भी खत्म करने का काम इसका है। नाउ दिस इज गेटिंग लिटिल कॉम्प्लेक्स, सी दिस। पहले इसका काम समझते हैं, फंक्शन समझते हैं। सपोज ये बैक्टीरिया एक है जो अंदर आ गया यहाँ पर, ठीक है ना। तो दिस इज अ फेगोसाइटिक वेसिकल जो बन गई है, फेगोसोम। यहाँ से लाइसोसोम जो बने हैं, लाइसोसोम ने अपने एंजाइम्स इसमें ट्रांसपोर्ट कर दिए और इसने इन सब को डाइजेस्ट कर दिया और अल्टीमेटली वेस्ट एक्सक्रीट हो गया। सो दिस इज अ वेरी ग्रेट प्रोसेस ऑफ फूड engulfing, देन डाइजेशन एंड देन वेस्ट को बाहर निकालना। इसके अलावा ये जो वेसिकल हैं, ये जो लाइसोसोम्स हैं, ये यहाँ पर किसी वॉर्न आउट सेल स्ट्रक्चर को भी डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं। विल सी टू दिस कैसे होता है। तो हम एक एनिमेशन की हेल्प से बहुत सारी चीजें जो हमने पढ़ी, उन बहुत सारी चीजों को एक साथ असेंबल करके समझने की कोशिश करते हैं। बिफोर आई स्टार्ट दिस एनिमेशन, आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू टाटा मैग्रो-हिल पब्लिकेशंस, जिन्होंने बहुत ऑसम जो है एनिमेशंस डिजाइन किए हैं, जो इस कोविड-19 के टाइम में बच्चों की लर्निंग में बहुत हेल्प कर रहे होंगे, दो वो बच्चों से ज्यादा बड़ों की भी वर्किंग के लिए है। तो with special credits to them, I am using to explain it to you how this thing works. So lysosomes are these are the structures जिनके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। These are lysosomes, but before we proceed, let's see what we want to understand. This is nucleus, this is endoplasmic reticulum, these are the ribosomes। अब एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम में ये स्मूथ है और ये रफ है। रफ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम में राइबोसोम है जो प्रोटीन्स बनाएंगे। ओके, ये प्रोटीन्स जो हैं, ये एंजाइम्स जो हम बात कर रहे हैं, दे आर प्रोटीन्स, ठीक है। वेरियस प्रोटीन्स आर देयर इन योर बॉडी, वन ऑफ द प्रोटीन इज सच काइंड ऑफ एंजाइम्स। एंजाइम्स आर वन काइंड ऑफ प्रोटीन, तो वो प्रोटीन्स यहाँ बनेंगे। डेफिनेटली जब एंजाइम्स बनेंगे तो उनको पैक करने के लिए पैकेजिंग यूनिट चाहिए। दैट पैकेजिंग यूनिट विल बी उनको बनाने के लिए एक मेम्ब्रेन, एक स्ट्रक्चर चाहिए, एक तरह का यूज देना चाहिए, कंपार्टमेंट चाहिए, इनर कंपार्टमेंट चाहिए जिसमें वो एंजाइम्स कलेक्ट हो सकें। तो वो एंजाइम्स को कलेक्ट करने के लिए इनर कंपार्टमेंट कौन बनाएगा? ये स्मूथ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम बनाएगी। उसके बाद वो स्मूथ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम में वो जो ट्रैप हुआ है उसको, उस प्रोटीन को कंडेंस करने की जिम्मेदारी इस गोल्जी एपरेटस की। You can see Golgi apparatus over here. This Golgi apparatus is cis phase, this is trans phase, और यहाँ से वो उसको लेके और फाइनली वो एंजाइम्स को उसके अंदर पैक करके उस यूनिट को बना के बाहर निकालेगी। तो पहले हम देखते हैं जो हमने पढ़ा वो सही है क्या। आई रिपीट, दिस इज न्यूक्लियस, दिस इज एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम रफ, दिस इज स्मूथ एंड दिस इज Golgi apparatus। ओके, लेट्स सी जो अब तक हमने पढ़ा है वो फंक्शन अच्छा हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा। सो दीज आर द लाइसोसोम्स व्हिच आर कंटेनिंग hydrolytic enzymes, and these hydrolytic enzymes are formed here। So let's go here. This is the case. See this, how these enzymes are formed. Can you see? Now these enzymes are formed, and these enzymes are formed and then they are transported to this smooth part. Now this smooth part has to form the compartment. Okay, so this compartment has to be formed by endoplasmic reticulum, and in this way these are transport vesicles which are generated। तो प्रिलिमिनरी वो प्रोटीन यानी एंजाइम्स इसके अंदर आ गए, ये ट्रांसपोर्ट वेसिकल बनी, एंड नाउ दिस विल बी ट्रांसपोर्टेड टू Golgi apparatus फॉर देयर कंडेंसेशन। एंड पैकेजिंग यूनिट कैसे काम करती है देखिए, दिस इज वाओ हाउ दिस पैकेजिंग यूनिट वर्क्स, एंड नाउ दिस लाइसोसोम कम्स इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस। तो आपने जो कुछ पढ़ा अब तक वो सब आ गया। आपने एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम, रफ स्मूथ, राइबोसोम, प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस, कंपार्टमेंट सिंथेसिस, गोल्जी एपरेटस की वेसिकल, ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड कंडेंस्ड वेसिकल, कंडेंसेशन, पैकेजिंग यूनिट सब पढ़ लिया, और पढ़ लिया लाइसोसोम। अब लाइसोसोम का फंक्शन क्या है, ठीक है ना, इंटरसेलुलर डाइजेशन और वॉर्न आउट सब्सटेंस को इन एंजाइम से ब्रेक डाउन करना। कैसे, देखिए कितना ब्यूटीफुली समझाया गया। देखिए यहां से मान लीजिए कोई फॉरेन पार्टिकल, बैक्टीरिया अंदर होता है। नाउ दिस इज एंडोसाइटोसिस। एंडोसाइटोसिस में भी क्या है, इट इज फैगोसाइटोसिस। सॉलिड फूड इनगल्फ हो रहा है, सी दिस, ये सॉलिड फूड इनगल्फ हो रहा है, एंड दिस सॉलिड फूड इनगल्फ होके ये एक फूड वैक्यूल बन गई। नाउ द लाइसोसोम विल गो देयर, और लाइसोसोम इससे अटैच होके और इसको डिस्ट्रॉय कर देगा, सी दिस, फैगोसोम, ये इसका काम है, ठीक है। और अगर इस सेल का कोई वॉर्न आउट स्ट्रक्चर है, लाइक दिस माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, नाउ इट इज नॉट ऑफ एनी यूज, तो ये इसको जाके इसको भी डिस्ट्रॉय कर देगा। हाउ ब्यूटिफुली इट हैज बीन एक्सप्लेन्ड, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम थैंकफुल टू द टाटा मैकग्रा-हिल कंपनीज, जिन्होंने इतना ब्यूटिफुल एनिमेशन बनाया है। तो यू शुड डेफिनेटली वॉच इट अगेन। आई सपोज वी शुड वॉच इट अगेन। एक बार पूरा देख के हम समझते हैं कि किस तरह से this all happens in lysosome, and with the help of other cell structures. These are hydrolytic enzymes which are present in the lysosomes, and these are formed here in endoplasmic reticulum. So we'll go to the endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, to find out whether this protein is formed by ribosomes which are stuck over here, and this smooth endoplasmic reticulum now then giving rise to the transport vesicles, compartments बनाए इन्होंने, they are transported to Golgi apparatus, एंड गोल्जी एपरेटस जो है उन्होंने उसको फाइनली कंडेंस किया, और कंडेंस करने के बाद में ये किस तरह से लाइसोसोम में कन्वर्ट हो गया। लाइसोसोम कैसे फंक्शन कर रहा है ब्यूटीफुली, वो फॉरेन पार्टिकल्स को भी डिस्ट्रॉय कर रहा है फैगोसोम्स बन के, और या फिर वो जो है माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया जो वॉर्न आउट है पुराने सेल स्ट्रक्चर्स उन्हें भी डिस्ट्रॉय कर, सेम थिंग, वेरी वेरी ब्यूटीफुल। ओके, सो आई होप यू हैव वेल अंडरस्टूड दिस। ओके, सो लाइसोसोम्स के फंक्शन अब आपको समझ में आ गए हैं। तो आज हम यहाँ इस लेक्चर को रोकने से पहले आपको एक प्रैक्टिस दे रहे हैं। दिस इज अ सेल एंड इट इज लेबल 1 2 3 4 ऐसे 10 12 स्ट्रक्चर्स दे रखे हैं, जिन्हें आप पहचानते हैं। आइडेंटिफाई वॉट एवर यू कैन, ऑल तो नहीं, जितने आप पहचान सकते हैं। देन ड्रॉ द डायग्राम्स ऑफ एनी 3 स्ट्रक्चर्स, देन स्टेट द नेचर एंड द फंक्शन ऑफ एनी 4, एंड स्टेट विच वन इज एब्सेंट इन RBC. Okay, so this is for today. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Okay, we will be meeting very soon with the next class. Thank you. Bye bye.